Okay, today I'm going to be changing a blower motor on my truck here, Toyota T100. Basically the blower motor is underneath the dash, the glove box here. It's been making like a metallic high-pitch noise, and I took it out before and put some WD-40 in it. Helped a little bit, but basically when it makes that noise, it's time to replace it. And this is, it's old. It's original to the truck, I'm sure. 16 years old, so time for a new one. So gonna take it out. There's three screws that hold it on, and I think they're 5/16. And here's the replacement one. It's a TYC, and that's the part number. And got it off of eBay. Comes with the squirrel cage blower motor wheel here. Pretty much the bearings in here you can't really service. Pretty much once they go bad, they're bad. And so I've got this for $40 on eBay, so I'm gonna just replace it and show the rest over here. Okay, just got the 3 screws out that hold the blower motor in. And there's, hard to see here, there's this wire. I think that's for this, I don't know, some kind of harness. It gets in the way, kind of snags on it. You gotta move that out of the way a little bit. This pretty much plops out here. Let's see, like that. And as you can see on here, these wires got toasty, and it kind of burnt this connector. I noticed that last time. Once your blower motor starts making that noise, definitely time to replace it. Otherwise, you're gonna ruin your harness here. But I'm just gonna clean this up and put some tape on it. Maybe I'm sure it'll be fine. And here it screws. Some kind of weird, maybe a Torx bit, or you could put a blade on it, but I used a 5/16 socket on a 1/4-inch ratchet, and that's because it's really tight, tied up underneath here, underneath the dash. So this worked out pretty good. I'm sure these are some kind of metric size, but the 5/16 socket works. So I'm just gonna take this harness off. There's like a little lever here you press, and somehow you pull this connector off. Okay, just got this harness off. As you can see, the wires, that's not a good camera, but the wires got pretty toasty here. It actually melted off some of the insulation because the bearings in here are shot, which causes the motor to burn, work harder, burn more amperage. Amperage is heat, and on your connection, your wires, you're just going to toast them. So probably seeing here, these terminals are burnt too. Inside here, it's pretty toasty. I think I have some electrical terminal cleaner I'm going to use to kind of clean those off. Then I'm probably going to use some liquid electrical tape, which works out good. So here is the old one. This is a Denso. I think it says it's either made in USA on the underneath there, or Japan. But this one is a TYC. Let's compare them. Let's compare these. I mean, they're pretty much look the same. This one's made in Taiwan, which actually the Taiwan parts aren't as bad as China parts. But I mean, they're still kind of cheesy, but you get the blower wheel on here. You don't have to mess with taking off the old blower wheel. And plus, this one's it's clean. Okay, I cleaned the electrical terminal. I know technically I should replace this, but I'm just gonna roll the dice and see what happens. Really, it's just a couple of stake-on or spade wire connectors, but I'm just gonna reuse this. I cleaned it off with some electrical cleaner spray. Put some cardboard down and some rags, because that spray kind of will mess up your floor, will eat the color off it. It's hardcore stuff. And so I just cleaned it off inside with some spray, kind of poked inside with a little pocket screwdriver. Another tip that was on there, pretty tight. You'll need to kind of unlock that tab and then kind of pry up on it, like right there. And I used some on the wire that I got insulation got melted off. Used some electrical liquid electrical tape. And this is good stuff. This is handy stuff for kind of stuff like this, tight areas where you can't really use tape. And it looks like that. It dries pretty quickly, and it smells like heck. And you'll get a big headache from it, or a high. But I don't recommend smelling it. If you could avoid, you need a lot of air. You gotta keep the cap on tight because this stuff will dry up. Another tip, I think technically you'll have to. They probably want you to disconnect the negative terminal in the battery, but as long as you have your car off, let the key out, you're good. And just let the terminals dry out, which I did. And I'm gonna put some dielectric grease on it, and just inside the terminals like that, on each terminal there. Hopefully that'll help. And I'm just gonna put the new one in, and just kind of remember how the old one was when it came out. I think it went something like this, and there's some kind of, these tabs kind of lock into something underneath the dash. So it only goes in one way, so all the holes have to match up. It's a pretty simple job to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this is the old one. I'm gonna go put the new one in, and then we'll see how it turns out here. Okay, I got the new blower motor in, and it's hard to see under here, but there's the electrical connection right there. This goes underneath there, and this wire here kind of gets in the way. You got to move that out of your way when you're working. Pretty much it just goes in one way. It locks in over here on this tab. It locks in there, and then all your screw/bolt holes line up. 3 of them, and just get them started by hand, and then you finish it off with the ratchet. Don't make it super tight because it is plastic, and you will probably strip it out, but make it snug. And put the key in, turn it on accessory, and test the motor. Got some good air coming out. Test the speeds. Working good. It's pretty quiet. Everything works good. It fits really good. It fits just like the OEM one does. So this is pretty the same for all Toyotas of this vintage, the 90s. I think pretty much they take pretty much all the same motor, but of course make sure you're buying the right motor for your car. Pretty much it's an easy job, pretty easy for anyone to do.